Well, got the Jabiru engine in here.
Okay.
6-cylinder.
Okay, so this is going to have a lot of power then. All right.
Yeah, it's 120 horse. Direct drive, 6-cylinder, air-cooled. Well, we're here, I think today is April 25th, 2009, at the Rudder Workshop, getting ready to do a demo flight. And we're in the 750 STOL. Today's condition is, we got about, 2,000 foot ceiling. The wind's from the north, looks like about 5 miles an hour. So we just got a little bit of, help us on the short takeoff. What we'll do is we'll do a short takeoff. What I like to do is add about half flaps. I apply the brakes. I'll add full power, stick all the way back. I'll release the brakes. Those will come up, and then they'll fly right on after that. And we're probably looking, anywhere between Mexico traffic, Squirrels back taxi, and 36 Mexico. We're looking anywhere between probably 100 feet to 200 feet, depends on the conditions, Right now we're probably 3/4 full of fuel, you and I, so we're not at gross, but we're getting close. So, we got the prop set more for a cruise setting than a shortest takeoff that we could get. So we can always adjust the prop ground adjustable to get the maximum shortness takeoff that we could apply. Right now, if we were to continuous RPM on level flight, we'll get about 96, 97 miles an hour.
Does have great visibility.
Oh yeah. You just wait until and you got your sport pilot in a what? A Remos?
Remos, yeah.
Remos. Okay, you'll be quite surprised when you fly this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an engine check. Check the ignition, run up 1700. This is the Dynon HDX screen. We only have single brakes, but you can get dual brakes in the
Okay.
Go to the right. Back to both. Left, both, carb heat, good.
That is a smooth engine.
Yep, controls clear and free. We're going to lower the flats about 10 degrees. Just look out, controls clear and free, gas is on, doors locked secure, seatbelt.
Belt, good.
Okay. We're going to do a short takeoff. I'll show you what that is, and once we get out, then we'll do level flight, slow flight turns, let you feel it, come back in and do a short landing.
Okay.
So like I was mentioning before, I'll have the stick all the way back. I want to get the nose wheel. I'm simulating, and I'm on a gravel bar or out there in the middle of the field. I want to protect that nose wheel. There's nothing. It's nothing fragile about it, but it is going through rough terrain, and you want to get it off the ground as quick as possible.
You want to,
Right, so I've applied the brakes, got power, release, the nose comes up right away, so I'm acting as a tail dragger. Or actually better, I'm just flying on the two main wheels. And I'll hit the brakes, stop the tires from rotation. What do you think so far? Nice takeoff.
Nice climb.
And if you was by yourself, you're probably going to take off about half the distance that we did. There are so many options you could use for engines too. Probably the best engine with most performance would probably be like the UL Power 130 horse, the Jabiru, the Viking would be right in there, and then the less horsepower, the Rotax would be a really good engine, the Continental 200, but you're not going to get off, you're going to add probably another 10, 20, 30%. What engine are you looking for?
I was kind of looking at the Viking engine.
The Viking, yeah, we have a lot of customers putting in the Viking, and they're having great results. So I believe it's 130 horse, so it's going to actually perform very well. Plus, it's going to perform very well with the gear reduction box. You get all that torque. All right. Now we're level flight here. Let's show you a little. Let me show you some stuff. So we're going to check some positive stability.
Okay.
And you just push the forward on the stick, comes right back to neutral. Same thing. That kind of bump there, didn't it? But anyway, it comes right back to level flight. And that's what you want to see in an airplane, that it does have positive stability.
I know, that's one thing about the Remos. The Remos is really touchy.
Okay.
Like I say, I always felt like I was chasing the airspeed, chasing it. You just always kind of just fell behind the plane all the time on the speed.
Right. I don't have much time in a Remos because I can't recall that, but you know, a lot of these airplanes are very light, very responsive.
Yeah.
So that's not unheard of. Let me do a turn to my left. And one of our trademarks or little designs here is when you in a slight turn, you can see right over the wing. That's one of Chris's trademarks right there.
Okay, yeah, you sure can.
You know, he never liked flying the Cessnas when you're going in a turn, you can't see out over the wing.
Well, you know, even the Remos, as much visibility as it has, you're kind of blocked to the side.
Right.
The way you know.
Right, exactly. And you got, as you notice, you got a whole bunch. You look at all the headroom you have right there.
Tons of headroom.
The seats are adjustable, which makes it nice. You're a little shorter, so you can adjust them a little up. Go ahead and try it if you like.
Okay.
Now, the only thing you've flown is a Remos is a light sport?
The Remos and a Champ.
Okay.
Like a Champ.
Champ's heavy. Yeah. Compared to a Remos.
Oh, okay. This is actually a little bit heavier than Remos. That's good.
Yep.
Because that was one thing I felt the Remos was just so light on the controls. It was always hard to tell. You know, like I say, what you're, you know, always felt like I was chasing it.
Okay.
Never really could feel it. All right, I'll make a turn to the right.
Okay. That looks nice.
Out on this road. It seems to stay coordinated really easily too.
It does. There's the ball.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it back to the north, to the right. Oh, you're doing fine.
A tower out there, okay.
Yeah, it should be a snow factor. It's a little lower than us, so.
Nothing tall sticking up 2,500 feet or anything like that around here? Okay.
No, we're pretty
That's
safe.
good.
So. All right, let me have it here, and we'll do some slow flight. Let me get it right back to the north, right into the wind. We'll get some, see how slow we can get it. Hold the carb heat, so we're going to reduce the power, and we're going to get into the white arc to lower the flaps, where flap range is 80 miles an hour.
Okay.
Yes, I have everything set up miles an hour. I don't know, I've just always been accustomed to miles an hour. We fly so slow, I like to use it. So it's just a number, it's a reference, that's all it is. And we're in the 40s, very stable. I don't need to trim it. A lot of aircraft you have to trim when you go slow speed, slow flight, and I don't have to in this airplane. It's a little bit stick heavy, but it's not, you could fly for an hour like this. And we could do a power off stall. Let's do that. We just bring back power, and we just bring the stick all the way back and develop a high sink rate. That's all we're going to do. Sometimes it wants to like fall off like a leaf, but not actually break like a stall or spin. And just to recover, you actually just add power, and you're out of the high sink rate.
So basically, all he has is just a little bit of bumping.
Exactly. Yep, that's it. But you still want to be prepared, you know, as a stall, because
you can always still
you can still do it. It just depends on the conditions or where you have your weight balance. Go ahead and fly it. It's your plane.
Okay. I have controls.
All right. Oh, you're doing just fine. We got the Dynon HDX screen here.
That's nice. I like that. I had the older 7-inch Dynon in the Remo, so quite a big difference.
Yes, and the touch screen, I'm not fond of touch screens anyway. I like the buttons. That's just a personal preference. But the Dynon, the company, they're very supportive, very customer oriented, and they're always coming out with new products, it seems like. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go back and I'll do a landing?
Okay.
And then you come back around and, you know, attempt to do approach. And if I got it, I'll say I got it.
Okay.
And we can do it that way.
All right, that sounds
Sometimes
good.
doing an approach out in the field, like, you know, 1,000 feet, you just don't really get the sensation that you're landing. So we're going to head back to the airport, which is turned a little bit more to the south. So you're here at the rudder workshop. How's the rudder workshop coming along?
Coming along pretty good.
Enjoy building it?
Yeah, I do. I enjoy building you know, I built RC planes since I was a kid. Still build RC planes, so.
Is it easier than you thought, or about what you thought it would be?
That's about what I thought it would be.
Okay, good.
I've done a little bit of aluminum work on race cars, and so I'm kind of used to pulling rivets and doing a few things like that.
Okay.
Haven't done it much, but.
Okay, well it only gets easier from the kid on because we kind of make the rudders a little challenging so you can learn the tools and the basic techniques, so when you advance on to your next section that you learn some of the techniques. Alright, so why don't you go ahead and try to get down to about 1,800 feet, that would be pattern altitude.
Okay.
Another half a mile, I'll pull on carb heat.
Okay, we're going from 3.6, that's...
Yeah, so we're going to scoot over a little bit more, and we're going to enter a left downwind. I'll do the radio calls, that's fine.
Okay.
Probably over the huge building there would be a nice downwind.
Okay.
Approach area. Go ahead and lower the nose. The thing about the 750 STOL, if you don't lower the nose quite a bit, you're just not going to lose that altitude.
You don't lose it.
Yeah, especially if you have a little power in.
I mean, that's one thing like I've noticed on the Remos, it was just like, you do that, and it's like, okay, you're climbing, your airspeed's going up.
Right.
It's like you'll never get your flaps in.
Okay, go ahead and pull carb E. Okay. Okay, we'll do our gums check, gas, undercarriage, mixer props, seat belts. That's great.
Oh, good there.
Once you get down to about 18, I'll take over and I'll show you how to do an approach to landing, and then we'll come back around and I'll let you try to bring one in. Okay. The main thing on the 750 STOL is you either want to keep just a little bit of power in until you touch the main wheels, or you have to have a pretty good descent on approach.
Okay.
Because you can develop a high sink rate, and then if you're 10, 15 feet up in the air, you can get away with it in a Cessna. But in this aircraft, if you try to do that, you're going to develop a high sink rate, and you're going to
dive into the ground.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. All right, I've got it.
Yeah, control.
Okay, what I like to do is beam the numbers of the runway. I'll pull back power, bring the nose up just a little bit to bleed off the speed to get it in the white arc for the flap setting. Lower the flaps just a little bit, about 10 degrees, and then lower the nose and trim it just a little bit. Start my 500-foot descent. And we're just going to go out just a little bit further because of this manufacturing company. Okay. Typically, I would already do base to final.
Mexico traffic terminal is on turning left base for 36 Mexico.
And you'll find yourself always adjusting pitch and power with this type of aircraft because if you start bringing the nose up just a little bit, the slats really start taking control, and you'll start losing a lot of airspeed and a lot of altitude.
Okay.
And that's what you want in a STOL aircraft. You don't want a very slick aircraft.
And Mexico traffic terminal is final, 36 Mexico.
And we're going to lower the flaps all the way, which is a total of 15 degrees, but it's the flapper on, so it's a full length, so I have a lot of surface area out there.
Okay.
Right. And I like to maintain a little higher approach instead of a flatter approach. That way I can land a lot shorter. I'm controlling the vertical speed more than the horizontal speed.
Controlling that with power, okay.
Uh-huh. if you want to know a speed, we're in the 50s right now.
Yeah.
And when I start bringing back power and the nose up, it's going to go from 50 to 30 just like in 1 second.
Wow.
And just a touch of power there. Keep the nose off, that's how you do it. And now I'm going to bring up the flaps a little, pushing my carb heat.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to...
There we go. Carb heat.
And we're going to add power, we're going to go around again.
Immediately flying. Just...
Oh yeah, you don't have to get in a big hurry.
I love the slow landing speed.
Oh, it is nice. Well, the thing is, you know, if you do have an incident, you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
The plane might get hurt, but that's it. You know, you're coming in 35, 40 miles an hour, and you're just going to crinkle up the airplane, but that's it.
Yeah. That's one of the things I'm looking at is, because when I flew the Champ, I love the slow flight characteristics of the Champ.
Right.
And
oh, go ahead, take over. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Your aircraft.
Okay.
And I'll tell you when to turn and stuff, just kind of coach
Okay.
you along. We'll go a little bit wider, a little bit longer, so you can stay in front of it. And what I like to do is I like to climb where I can see over the nose. So don't.
Okay.
There you go. We're still climbing 700, 800 feet a minute, and you can see traffic, birds, and everything. Go ahead and turn for your crosswind.
Okay.
Mexico traffic, Extremos left crosswind, 36 Mexico.
There you go. And we're looking about 1800, so we're getting close to your altitude. And level out, not level, but lower the wind. There you go. And now you can turn down your downwind.
And Mexico traffic, Extremos 750 is turning for a left downwind for 36 Mexico.
Yeah, you're right there at 1800. And once we get on base to final, well, you want to keep your head outside the airplane, just go by feel. You don't really want to focus on that airspeed.
Okay.
And if I ever say I got it, just let go. Don't worry about what position you're at. Just let go. All right, we're going to pull the carb heat. We're getting close to beam the numbers. So beam the numbers, bring back the throttle back. Pitch the nose up just a little bit so we can get to the white arc a little sooner. Now lower the nose for our 500-foot descent frame. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty good angle. Yeah. And I'll tell you when you turn your base.
Okay.
A little bit more. Okay, now you can start turning.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing just fine.
I don't think transition would be that hard in this plane.
No, you'd be easy with all you've learned is light sport. Probably 10 landings I'd have you transition. Okay, level out. Okay.
Mexico traffic, Extremos turning final, Mexico.
And turn your final for 36. Just be relaxed, get that runway right between your legs. No, don't dive it yet. Bring the stick back.
Okay.
Yep. You want to maintain a little higher approach in most airplanes. And get that runway right between your legs. Get over to the left. It's easier to get it when it's farther. Get over to the left. There you go. There you go. Get over to the left. There you go. You're fine. There you go. All right. And we're going to fly down the runway. We got a lot of runway. You're fine. Just take it easy. And what we're going to do is going to get it really close to the runway, and then we're going to level off. You're fine. Don't level off yet. Go down just a little bit more. A little bit more. Now bring back just like and hold it right there.
Okay.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Just let it sit on. I got a little bit of power in.
Okay.
There you go. Pull back on the stick. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Just a little bit. Pull back. There you
Okay.
go. There you go. Pull back. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. You did fine. I guaranteed if I had 5 landings with you, you would be very, very well.
Yeah.
Transit.
Yeah, I think I
And
did
then if he was on this side, it would even be better.
Yeah, because I feel, it's like, you kept saying going over there, it's like, well, I am over there, I think.
Plus, you don't have a throttle on that side,
Yeah.
so you can't control it, but you got the idea. You did just fine.
All right, I like it. I do.
Good.